Liquid simulations are some of the coolest parts of 3D. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a liquid simulation in Blender 3 different ways. The first way is using the built-in liquid simulation feature in Blender. To start, make a background, then add in a cube, and scale it to how big you want your liquid simulation to be. Go to Physics, Properties, and add a liquid simulation. Then have these settings. Type Domain, Domain Type Liquid, set the end frame to 100, and type to all. Then add in a sphere, give it a liquid simulation and set it to flow, liquid, and inflow. Then if you press play, you should see some blue particles falling. To make this a mesh, go back to the big cube and click and tick the mesh box. Then press bake, and when you render it, it should be a liquid. If you want to add a cube to collide with the simulation, go to the Physics tab and add a collision, then rebake the liquid simulation. This also works with a force field. For example, if you wanted to go in a spiral, add in a cube, give it a force field strength of -100, flow of 10, and fall power of 1. Just make sure that the domain size is the same size or bigger than the curve. Then just rebake it, and it should flow down the spiral. Then you just have to add in a light, give the domain a glass material, and then you can just render it. For the second way, we're going to use metaballs. I recently made a video on metaballs, so if you want to learn more, check out that video. To start off, make a background, then add in a metaball and move it to the side. Then add in a cube, give it a particle system, and put the metaball as the object and change the lifetime of the animation and end of the animation to whatever you want. Then do physics, type, fluid, and mess around with the scale, mass, etc. Then give the background a collision so the metaballs collide with the plane. Then you can change things like the damping, friction, and stickiness of the collision. Then just give the cube an invisible material and the metaball a glass material. To make it go down a spiral, just do the same thing for the liquid simulation. Add a curve, -100 strength, 10 flow, 1 fall off, and after some lighting and camera work, you should have something like this. Now for the third one, booleans. I'm going to use this for a gold bar type thing as that works best for me. First, make the object, then add in a sphere and give it a displacement modifier, and make a new texture and change it to clouds. Also give it a subdiv modifier. Then add in a cube and move these two to a new collection. On the original object, give it a boolean modifier and set it to collection. Then just select the collection that you made. Now if you hide the collection, you should see the object getting cut out. Now just give the sphere and cube animation to reveal more as the animation goes on. You can do this by rotating the sphere, scaling it down, moving it across, and also changing the settings of the displacement texture. Then for the cube, just move it to the end to reveal the gold bar more. Then just give it a gold material, make a background, set up the camera, add some lights, and you should get something like this. Now let's go over the pros and cons of each method. For liquid simulation, the pro is that it's really realistic and reacts to other features really well. The downside is that it's really slow and heavy for your PC. For the metaballs, it's really manipulative and pretty realistic. The only downside is that depending on how big the particle system, it can be pretty expensive for your PC. For the last method, the pros is that it's really fast and can work really well when making something of the form that I showed you. The downside is that it's super situational. All these methods have downsides and bright sides, and one might be better for the other in a situation. So just make a judgment based on what you're doing and what you think is best. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe.